What is up, lads? It's CM9 here. So we've just progressed through to the next round of the FA Cup. We've just beaten Nottingham Forest by 2-0. Well, Nottingham Forest again in the FA Cup. Last season, I think we beat them 3 or 4-0, or maybe it was 2-0 again, I'm not sure. I think the year before that, we took them on in the League Cup, and we beat them there as well. I think it was another 2-0 win. So yeah, Nottingham Forest, regular comers to Stamford Bridge. And once again, they've been beaten convincingly. We were also playing in our retro kit, the same kit I do believe that we won the FA Cup in 1970. So that was really good to see that for the first time. I honestly think that kit looks like something that we should be playing in the league. Maybe I'm not the only one that thinks this, but I honestly think that the kit that we use today with the blue shirt, the blue shorts and the yellow socks, that should be our new kit for the next season. Because I don't know about you, but I think the Cadogan line on the chest looks a lot better than the actual Chelsea logo itself. I don't know if anybody thinks the same way. I don't know, but I honestly think that looks so much slicker. And I think it looks better on a shirt than the actual, just the regular badge does. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, the game today was... Well, it was a 2-0 win, and I'm pretty convinced, I'm happy with going through on that. But having said that, if you're a Nottingham Forest fan, you'd be thinking to yourself, well, how the hell is this not a replay? How the hell have we not taken this to the City Ground? Because there were two controversial VAR decisions that did not go the way of Forest. And, well, had that have gone by the way of Forest, we would be going to a replay because, well, the first half, we dominated proceedings. Nottingham Forest did not do anything. They were poor, pretty much. Their biggest signing, Carvalho, who was meant to be the orchestrator in that midfield for Nottingham Forest, it didn't really do very much for them. So, yeah, we kind of like had it a little bit easy. Having said that, though, Reece James and Callum Hudson-Odoi really had an understanding for each other. I thought these two players were exceptional throughout the entire game. I think he must have fizzed in about 3 or 4 crosses in the first half. All literally on the button. The only problem was we had Batshuayi up front, who was absolutely dreadful. Could not get on the end of any of those crosses, and we'll get to him in a moment. But yeah, I thought Reece James and Callum Hudson-Odoi just shows you that there's a little bit of understanding between the two of them, and I really did like their work today. Callum Hudson-Odoi with the opening goal, very, very perfectly finished in the bottom corner. I think to the left of the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper didn't move, and it went straight past him. The second goal was a rebound from Ross Barkley. So Callum Hudson-Odoi shot at the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper just parried it away, but then Barkley was there to finish it off first time. So 2 pretty damn good goals. Now let's just talk about the controversial VAR decisions by the referee. Well, not so much VAR from the referee, but the VAR in general, because much as I really like how accurate VAR is, it's very, very frustrating when they have to work out a situation and it wastes time. I think they were trying to figure out that one decision for about 2 or 3 minutes. I don't like the idea of them taking far too long. But the first decision from VAR was the potential idea of Forest getting a penalty. So the ball was played into the Forest player. He got brought down by Tomori. Now, if he wasn't offside, if VAR did not rule him out offside, that would have been a penalty because Tomori was stupid in bringing him down. Like I said, VAR ruled it out for offside by the faintest of margins. I mean, they literally got the rulers out. The lines just on the dot. It was literally a boot's width of him being offside. Or maybe half a boot's width. I don't know. But the other decision at the other end in the second half was when we can't defend set pieces for shit. And Forest put in a free kick into the penalty box. And, well, their striker convincingly finished it off because we're terrible at defending set pieces. If you've been watching us the entire season so far, you'll probably know why this is the case and why Lampard still hasn't fixed this yet. But there was an instance today where we were given the let-off by VAR by the faintest of margins. I'm not talking about like a boot's width. I'm not talking about a knee's width. We're literally talking millimetres. Literally millimetres. If Nottingham Forest fans go home tonight and they look at the decisions that were given by VAR, you'll understand why they will be frustrated, because they'll be like, how the hell is this not going to 2-2? How is this not going to a replay? Other than that, Forest were terrible. They didn't really threaten that much. I think majority, about 90% of that game, it was pretty much us dominating the game. And to be honest with you, we could have easily got maybe We could have even made it 4 or 5-0, give or take. But unfortunately, we have Batshuayi up front. And I have to talk about Batshuayi now because he was dreadful. And to be honest with you, I feel sorry for Batshuayi. And the reason I feel sorry for him is because I think his positioning is great. It's what he does with the ball when he gets it frustrates me. Because when he gets the ball in the penalty box, all you got to do is finish it off. All you got to do is just think, forward thinking, get the ball in the net, and you got a goal. But unfortunately, his decision making is very, very slow. And if there was a top quality striker up front for Chelsea today, if they knew what they were doing, if it was a Drogba or if it was a Hasselbank or if it was a Good Johnson, they would have known, right, I've got the ball, finish it. Put it into the bottom corner, put it into the far corner, put it in a place where the goalkeeper can't get to it. I'm sorry, but Batshuayi just did not have that. He just doesn't have it. And I feel sorry for him. You know, when the times that Batshuayi has been on loan, he's been on loan at Valencia, Dortmund, Palace. You know, there's been instances where he's actually been on a good run and he's got a few goals and he's been able to get that streak, that confidence in him to get goals. But as soon as he puts on a Chelsea shirt, he just doesn't have it for some reason. It's very strange with Batshuayi. Honestly, I honestly feel sorry for him. It just wasn't his day. On a better day, Batshuayi would have got 3 goals. He could have easily got a hat-trick today. But, you know, the fact of the matter is, Reece James can only do so much with those crosses. Credit to Reece James today. He was exceptional with the crosses. But he can only do so much as to put the ball into the box. But when you don't have the striker to finish that cross, then it's obviously the striker's problem to deal with. If you know what I mean. But it was a frustrating time for Batshuayi today. The team consisted of Willie Caballero, I should say. Our back four consisted of Reece James. It was a 4-3-3, by the way. But back four consisted of Reece James, Christensen, Tomori and Emerson. Our midfield consisted of Barkley, Jorginho and Kovacic. The front three were Callum Hudson-Odoi, Batshuayi and Pedro. Reece James was brilliant. Christensen, I've got to be honest, like he's come back from a few games off. It was all right. It was good. Fikayo Tomori was okay as well. He was pretty solid. Only instance that kind of like made him a little bit questionable was the set piece defending, which could have easily resulted in a goal for Forest. But, you know, thankfully, Forest were that bad for us not having to do very much. But Fikayo Tomori, when he was called upon, had it not have been a set piece, it was all right. Emerson was pretty good going forward. I liked his movement, like receiving the ball from the ball being passed square and then him receiving the ball and then going forward. I like that. I like that from Emerson today. Jorginho, just the sentimental piece in the midfield, just dominating proceedings. Hardly even challenged, hardly even pressured at all. I mean, this is Nottingham Forest we're talking about here. Kovacic, being Kovacic, I think he was excellent today. Barkley was frustrating. Particularly in the first half, Barkley was frustrating to watch. Like, there were times where, like, when he was about to receive the ball, he would miss it completely. Or if he put the ball to somebody, he'd make a sloppy pass and give it away. Second half, though, he picked his game up, I think. He played the full 90 minutes. Or did he? I'm not sure. Yes, he did. He did play the full 90 minutes. But second half, I thought he was much better. So yeah, Ross Barkley, poor first half, got better in the second half. Callum Hudson-Odoi was exceptional. Really, really good from Callum Hudson-Odoi. Again, like I said earlier, worked really well with Reece James. I thought that communication, that combination can work really well, can do a very good job. I think Lampard can take a look at that and think, you know, actually, you know what? I know it's against Nottingham Forest today. I know Nottingham Forest weren't so much of a big team, so to say. But, you know, you never know in the FA Cup. Magic of the FA Cup and all of that, you never know. But Frank Lampard can look at that communication between Reece James and Callum Hudson-Odoi and think, you know what, this could actually work. Although, to be honest with you, you can't just take that one little bit of communication in one game and think, oh, right, I'm going to take it into the next game. Because the next game might be a different game. And then suddenly we don't have that communication like we did today. But no, I think Hudson-Odoi and Reece James worked really well. Pedro had an off game. I don't know. Pedro didn't really do very much, and it's just, I don't know if it's because he is on a decline now, and I think this January we're looking to get rid of him. I wouldn't be surprised if this January transfer window we end up getting rid of him. I think Aston Villa have been making inquiries about Pedro, so if that being the case, you know, Aston Villa might end up getting Pedro. They might even get Batshuayi on loan, so Aston Villa might be getting two players from us. And judging on Batshuayi's performance today, you know, Aston Villa are definitely welcome to him on loan, because I just don't think, like, if you compare with what Abraham's been doing, Abraham is he's more competitive than Batshuayi is, in a sense that, like, he wants to get into positions, he wants to receive the ball in the box, he wants to make sure that the guy with the ball is ready to cross it, and he's ready to be there at that time to head the ball, or he wants to be there at the time to follow the ball in or trap the ball and then just turn on the defender and finish it. Batshuayi just doesn't know what he's doing half the time. He just doesn't. He receives the ball and just makes the split decision. Oh, what I'm going to do? Oh, I'm going to head it. Or I'm going to try and knee it. Or I'm going to try and, I don't know what I'm going to do. Let me tell you this. A top striker would have known there and then, like a split second, you think, right, I'm going to head this, bang, in the net. Right, I'm going to volley this, bang, in the net. Batshuayi doesn't have that. He just doesn't. And that's what's so frustrating about him. Like I said, he just had an off day today. So that was really frustrating. So we made 2 substitutions. Mason Mount came on for Kovacic. And also Tariq Lamptey came on for Pedro. Tariq Lamptey, I've got to be honest. I'm quite pleased with Tariq Lamptey, the way he's developing. Yes, okay, he's only played 2 games so far. But, you know, you can't just judge a player on a fantastic performance against Arsenal. I still think he's got a long way to go. I still think he's got things to do and things to learn. But the minutes that he played for us today, he did all right. He did okay today. So, am I pleased about today's game? Yes, I am. Am I pleased of us going through to the next round? Yes, I am. Very, very happy with the performance. Unfortunately, you could say that VAR pretty much bailed us out because, well, Nottingham Forest, had they have been awarded that penalty, had they have been awarded that goal, I think it would have been a completely different game. But, you know, sometimes VAR works, sometimes VAR doesn't. We can all sit here and think, you know, VAR, has it changed the game in a specific way? Well, yes, it has, because it's actually remarkable the way that VAR just deciphers. Imagine if VAR was in Overwatch League. Just imagine. Like, it's 99.99 on a control map. Glister suddenly decides to bring Tracer out and then blinks all the way. Imagine if we're on Busan, Spitfire on Busan, and, well, it's like 99.99. It's on overtime. And, yeah, Glister gets out the Tracer and just blinks all the way onto the point. But by a hair's width, the enemy team managed to capture the point. But if we take it to VAR, you can see that Glister was just only a hair's width of getting that Tracer onto the point, you know what I mean? Like, that would never work. That would never work. But you can see how accurate VAR is. But you could also argue that VAR can also be frustrating by a way that it's literally one or the other. Either a boot's width, a lace width, a knee's width, whatever. It's slowing the game down. It's frustrating us fans by watching the game when we think, oh, our team scored. Oh, but if we take it back to VAR, you can see it changes the game. It makes the game more fair. But at the end of the day, it's controversial when you think about it. But Forest fans will be going away from this thinking, how have we not taken this to a replay due to those circumstances? But to be honest with you, I'm happy with a 2-0 win. I'm happy to go through. So anyway, thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Let me know what you thought of today's game in the comment section down below. As always, make sure you follow me on all of my social medias. They'll be in the description box. And yes, thank you very much for watching this video. And yeah, roll on to the next game. I think it is against Burnley. Yeah, it's another home game against Burnley. So yeah, home games this season, not great so far if you've been watching us throughout the entire season. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Until the next one, I shall see you later. Hey door, and peace.